Could be. I'll go back in and double check mine, see what's going on.
You know what?
Yeah, I know. Well, if I can't get it to come up on mine, I'll come back out. We'll start streaming. Huh. Well, we're just not getting a picture to come through for some. Yeah, we'll go back out here and try it. Go back out and see what else we can work on. Yeah, that's fine. Here, I can, because this here is what the picture right here is what's going out at the moment, but for some reason we're not picking up the right thing from YouTube.
Now let's put our hands together for your Highland Scottie
Okay.
in the field. Your Highland Scottie.
Here we go. Maybe this is the thing. Mix bars off. Live control room. Stream status is good. Okay, well, it's going. Let's stop it and start it then. You will not be able to restart.
Looks like it's streaming.
Yeah, it says live there. It says you're live. That's what I'm wondering here. No, because it's already been done.
I did it. I started streaming and I hit the OK.
Okay.
That's what he told me all I had to do.
Has won the toss and will receive.
Wow, that is loud.
Kicking off on Highland, number 15, John Becker. for Pirates, number 18, Deontay Ambler. Person from Pirates at the 26-yard line.
Number 75, offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Pressure in the backfield by number 7, Brock Holly. Attention, number 9. Back in the backfield, number 10, Tyree Horton. That brings up 4th down. Back receiving the punt for Highland, number 1, Bob Pugh. Catch made by Bob Pugh at the 48-yard line. Highland takes over first and 10.
Not yet. No, it's not one to work. I'm going to quickly create a new one. See if we can get this one to come back up.
Touchdown at Highland. That's moving forward. Karn Stone. Winner passes it 4 yards for a touchdown. 6-0 Highland.
How far out was that? 3 yards.
No good.
Okay, let's see if we can go get this other one to work. And refresh. I want to go here. Let's stop this.
5-1 Smith with the kick return.
See if that'll come on.
Thomas, calculated by number 46, Tyler Sims. Short game on the play. Number 2, Edwin Thomas, calculated by number 13, Hugh Smith.
Well, that's working, Bill. That's working. That's working, Greg. Okay, go back to the other one. I'll go back on mine because it said there's one person watching. Maybe that's me. Could be me. And touchdown, Bob Hugh.
What's that?
Okay. Test 1, 2, 3. Test. Bob Hugh on the return from his own 20. Takes it all the way back to the end zone for the Scottie touchdown. And we do have a flag on the field at the 33-yard line. Okay, we're up and going. Yeah. We're up and going, yeah. Touchdown is good. Penalty was against the Pirates. And the Scotties now lead it 12-0 with 8:57 to go in the first quarter. Sorry to those of you that are watching us out there. We had a little glitch in the start. Hopefully we're up and running live here over the YouTube. We've got a timeout on the field. I'll be back in just a second. Scottie 12, Independent 0. You're watching the Scottie Sports Network. Scottie's going for two here. Khalil Render in the shotgun from the Highland, from the 3-yard line. Render looking, throws deep in the back of the corner end zone. That is made, but out of bounds. The extra point attempt is no good. So again, with 8:57 to go in the first quarter, it's the Highland Scottie 12, the Independence Pirates 0. We'll be back in just a second. You're watching the Scottie Sports Network. Deep received the kickoff for the Pirates, number 5, Dwayne Smith, a freshman out of Buford, Georgia. Kicking off for the Highland Scotties will be number 15, John Becker. High into kick, taken by one of the up men. He's going to make it out near the 43-yard line for Independence. Returning the kickoff was number 20, Jordan Johnson, a freshman out of Winfield, Kansas. Pirates football, 1st and 10 on their own 43-yard line with 8:51 to go here in the first quarter. Scottie leading the Pirates 12-0. Pirates snapping a 14-game losing streak with the victory over Garden City and Garden last Saturday, 20-7 final score of that contest. Bryce Grimmel, a freshman out of Sharpsburg, Georgia, being the gun. Twin receiver to the left. They give it off to the running back, number 2, Edwin Thomas. Thomas caught behind the line of scrimmage. Edwin Thomas, a freshman out of Fort Pierce, Florida. He's the number 4 rusher in the Jayhawk Conference with 428 yards on the year, averaging 3.7 yards a carry. Loss of 1 on the play will bring up 2nd down and 11 for the Pirates. Defensive line shifting for Highland here. Back to pass. Grimmel throws out into flat, post and blocked. Almost intercepted by the Scotties. Ball knocked down by number 2, Sam Adams. DeAndre Bozeman coming in on the defensive play. Loss on the play will bring up 3rd and 11 for the Pirates. The ball on their own 42-yard line. Wind blowing out of the east at about 9 miles an hour. 54 degrees at kickoff time here in northeast Kansas at Kessinger Field in Highland. This is Russ Karn coming over to the Scottie Sports Network this afternoon. So 3rd down and long for the Pirates from their own 42. Grimmel back to pass. Looks down the field. Wide open receiver, but overthrows number 18, Deontay Ambler, a sophomore out of Kansas City, Kansas. And the Pirates will be forced to punt here on 4th and 11. Bob Pugh is deep to return at his own 22-yard line. He just ran the previous kick back for the touchdown. Collins' kick is away. Spiral kick. Pugh will take it at the 25, and he's met there immediately. Tackle made by the Pirates, number 10, it looks like. Make that number 18. DeAndre Ambler. So Scotties will have the football for the 2nd time offensively here in the contest from their own 23-yard line. Khalil Render under center with Isaiah Ming in the backfield to his right. Twin receivers left and right for the Scotties. Render, quick pass out into the flat to number 89, Damon Patterson. Patterson knocked out of bounds after a gain of about 4 on the play. Ball now on the Highland 26-yard line. Make it a gain of 3 on the completion. 2nd down and 7 for the Scotties. 8:40 in counting here in the first quarter. Highland up 12-0. Render gives it off to Ming. Cuts over the right side. Picks up good yardage for the 1st and 10 out near the 40-yard line. Isaiah Ming, who came into the contest with 13 rushes on the year for 37 yards, averaging 2.8 per carry, gives the Scotties the football. 1st and 10 on their own, just inside their own 20-yard line. Or then 40-yard line, my mistake. Quick pass out into the flat to number 15, John Becker. Becker with his 3rd reception of the year, the sophomore out of Clearwater, Kansas. Will make it a 2nd down and 6. Ball on the 44 of Highland. Render, Ming. Cutting up through the middle. That was number 20. Make it number 28, Isaiah Ming with the carry. Ming, the leading rusher a year ago for the Scotties. Getting the start here at homecoming. This is the 35th meeting between these two programs dating back to 1964. Scottie with a 2-game winning streak over the Pirates. Render, pass over, nice one-handed catch. A great reach and a great pull down by number 9, Dante Starks, the sophomore out of Overland Park, Kansas, averaging 12.6 yards per catch. With a nice reception there, 1st and 10 Scotties on the Independence 42-yard line. And a nice effort by Dante Starks. 7 receptions coming into the contest for 88 yards. 1 touchdown on this year. And Highland with the football, 1st and 10. Ming now to the left of the quarterback. 3 receivers to the right, or to the left. Blitz coming from the right-hand side. Render will keep the football. Cut up near the 40, 41, inside the 30, down through the 28-yard line before he is knocked out of bounds by number 12, DeQuavis Battle, a sophomore out of Brooksville, Florida. So the Scotties moving the football here on their 2nd offensive series of the contest as their 1st and 10 on the Pirate 27-yard line. 4:55 in counting here to go in the first. Highland up 12-0. Render looks over the field. Gets the snap from the center, faking a handoff. Quick slant down the side, and the ball goes incomplete. Flag comes. As the pass was intended for number 5, John Becker. But Becker was knocked to the turf. And we'll see what the call is here from the back judge. And it will be defensive pass, or great offensive pass interference against the Scotties. Becker was the one who went down, but he gets flagged for the offensive pass interference. And that'll back the Scotties up big time. A 15-yard from the previous spot. And Highland 1st and 10 and 20, or 1st and 25 now. Ball on the Independence 42-yard line. Scotties have scored on a 3-yard pass from Render to Stone and a 62-yard punt return by Bob Pugh. Back to pass again, Render. Will tuck it up. Roll out to the right. Under pressure. We'll throw it deep down the right-hand side, and there's nobody there. And Pugh basically threw that one away. Nice heads-up move by the freshman out of Homestead, Florida. Render with 8 touchdown passes on the year. No INT so far this year. He's also got 2 rushing touchdowns on the year. Second down, 25 for the Scotties. Ming to the right of Render in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right. He'll give it off to Ming over the left-hand side. We'll pick up about a yard on the play. As a tackle made by number 48, Edna Umar. We've got an injured Pirate down on the field. Appears to be number 14, Langston Underwood, the sophomore out of Wichita. He's got 29 tackles on the year, 6 sacks to lead the team, and 5 tackles for a loss. He's holding on to 1 ankle. 4:16 to go in the first quarter. Highland 12, Independence 0. From Kessinger Field in Highland, Kansas, Russ Karn bringing today's action over the Scottie Sports Network. Apologize from the very beginning of our broadcast that we didn't quite get everything run smoothly as we would like. Again, this is the 35th meeting between these two programs dating back to 1964. Indy leads the series 20-14. Highland defeated Independence a year ago, 27-15 in Independence, and Highland with that 2-game winning streak over Indy. Pirates come in with a 1-3 conference record, 1-4 on the year. They went 0-7 in conference play, 0-10 last year, and again broke a 14-game losing streak with a 20-7 victory over Garden City in Garden last Saturday. The Pirates come in averaging 21.6 points per offense. That ranks them 7th in the conference. They're giving up 39.6 points a game. They're ranked 3rd in the conference in rushing yard with 856, ranked 7th in the conference in passing yard with 870. For the Scotties, they come in 1-1 in conference, 2-2 on the year after an 0-2 start. They've won 2 in a row under second-year head coach Aaron Arnold. Scotties scoring 30 points a contest, giving up 31.5. Highland ranks 5th in the conference in passing yards with 895, 7th in the conference in rushing with 561. The Scotties defeated Fort Scott last Saturday, 31-25 in Fort Scott. As we're still tending to the injured player for Independence, we brought out the cart for the young man. A little background here while we've got the time. Independence was established in 1925. They've got a current enrollment of 781 on the year. Highland established in 1858 and has a current enrollment on campus of 638. Other games this afternoon in the Jayhawk Conference. Garden City is at Iowa Western at a 1 o'clock start. Iowa Central is at Butler this afternoon at 1:30. Games under the lights. Fort Scott is at Dodge City at 5:30. And Coffeyville will be at Hutchinson tonight at 7 p.m. And it appears we're going to get some more medical attention to come into the field to take care of Langston Underwood. Iowa Western is leading Garden City in the second quarter, 7-0. As I quickly check the Twitter line. Scores from around the Big 12 this afternoon. Iowa State leads Kansas 31-6 at the end of the third quarter. Oklahoma leads West Virginia 24-17. That is in the third quarter. TCU leads Texas 44-0 in the third quarter. As Langston Underwood is in the cart, and he will leave the field, and a nice round of applause from the crowd here in front of us. So Langford, the second leading tackler on the team, 4 independents, will leave the field. And the Scotties will return to the offense here with 3rd and 25. Make that 3rd and 24. Ball on the Pirates' 41-yard line. 4:15 to go. The clock restarts. Highland up 12-0 over the Independence Pirates. JR Conference matchup today from Kessinger Field in Highland. Render back to pass. Looking across the middle, pass is complete to number 89, Damon Patterson, picking up his 7th catch of the year. Nice gain on the play. We'll bring up 4th down and 9. Ball on the 26-yard line of the Pirates. Highland will go for it here. Wind blowing from the north now across the field to the press box area. Then we've got a quick timeout charged to Indy. Pirates take their first time out of the contest. 3:27 to go here in the first quarter. Highland 12. Or granted, is their second time out of the contest. Highland 12, Independence 0. I'll be back in just a second. You're watching the Scottie Sports Network. Highland fans, don't forget that coming up at 2 o'clock this afternoon, the Lady Scottie volleyball team will be on the internet. Go to the conference website at KJCCC.org as they are in Nevada, Missouri this afternoon, taking on Scottie College. The men's cross-country team finished their competition down at Rimrock Collegiate Classic in Lawrence, Kansas this morning. We'll have the results of that cross-country meet up on the internet as soon as possible. Coming up tomorrow, October the 4th, baseball will host Southeast Nebraska at the community ballpark north of the field here at 12 noon. Volleyball returns action on Monday, October the 5th, as they will be at Barton Community College in Great Bend, Kansas. You can watch that contest over the Scottie Sports Network. So Highland football, 4th and a long 9. On the Pirate 26-yard line. Render fakes the handoff, looks left, steps up in the pocket, down post pattern, wide open. Touchdown, Scotties. Damon Patterson on the receiving end. That is Patterson's 3rd touchdown of the year. And in to attempt the extra point for the Scotties. Number 88. Bliss's kick is up and good. With 3:21 to go in the first quarter, it's the Highland Scotties 19, the Independence Pirates 0. I'll be back in just a second. You're watching the Scottie Sports Network. John Becker will put the ball in play from his own 35 here, with the Scotties up 19-0. Kick taken by number 5, Dwayne Smith. Smith up the right-hand side, gets it out near the 46 to the 47-yard line. And the Pirates will have the football 1st and 10 on their own 48-yard line here. Smith averaging 22.4 yards a kickoff return. Give the Pirates good field position from their own 48 to start their third offensive series. Edward Thomas in the backfield along with number 11, Bryce Grimmel. Ball given off to Thomas over the left-hand side, out near the 50, down to the Highland 49-yard line before he is tackled by number 43, Jacob Rominger. Rominger, a redshirt freshman out of Overland Park, Kansas. Gain of 3 yards on the carry brings up second down and 7 for the Pirates. Clock running at 2:52 here in the first quarter. Scottie's up 19-0. Wide receiver comes to the right. Twins to the right, one to the left for Grimmel. He'll run the option near the near side. Fakes the pitch, turns it up inside, and he is met hard by number 17 for the Scotties, Sam Galala. Sophomore out of Overland Park, or Orlando, Florida, But a gain on the play brings up third down. 4 yards to go. Ball on the Highland 46-yard line. Again, a beautiful afternoon here in northeast Kansas. Temperature in the upper 50s. Slight wind out of the east. Will not be a factor in the ball game this afternoon. 3rd and 4. Grimmel back to pass. Rolls out left. He'll have the 1st and 10 as he runs to the far side of the field and runs out of bounds before number 2, Sam Adams, can get a hand on him. So the Pirates pick up a needed 1st and 10 there at the Highland 34-yard line. Again, the Pirates, a running team by trade. They rank number 3 in the conference in rushing. As we've got a new player in the backfield. Ball given to number 23, Tremaine Batten, a sophomore out of Clearwater, Florida. Batten, a former Highland Scottie from a year ago, sees his first action in the contest. A gain of 3 on the carry brings up second down and 7. Ball on the Scottie 31-yard line. Batten was just activated onto the active roster this week for the Pirates. He was in the backfield along with Grimmel. Twin receiver to the right, solo receiver to the left. Fake it a handoff, quick throw out into the flat to Dwayne Smith. Smith met there immediately. Tackle made by number 16, Demarius Brinson Jr., sophomore out of St. Petersburg, Florida, with the tackle. No gain on the completion, brings up 3rd and 7 for the Pirates. Scottie's trying to pick up their 3rd victory of the year this season. The Independents trying to get their 2nd. Grimmel in the pistol. Turn, gives off to Batten. Batten makes it over the left-hand side. Holding penalty will bring the play back. I believe getting flagged on the play was the left tackle for the Pirates. But the run was good enough for a 1st and 10, but it will come back. Holding against number 75 is the violation. Number 75 is Dudley Ajur, a 6'7", 315-pound sophomore out of Sand Springs, Maryland. So the loss on the penalty will bring up 3rd down, 16 yards to go for the Pirates. The ball resting just outside the Highland 40-yard line. And this will be the final play of the first quarter. As the clock has expired, we will get this one play off. Grimmel left-hand side. Met right at the line of scrimmage. In there on the tackle, number 25, Juan Jenkins, a freshman out of Gainesville, Florida. And that'll be the end of the first quarter with the score. The Highland Scotties 19, the Independence Pirates 0. I'll update the JL Conference website and be back. You're watching the Scottie Sports Network. So the Pirates now in punt formation as Wesley Collins back to punt. Sophomore out of Coffeyville, averaging 33.7 yards a punt. Gets it off. It's going to be a wobbly kick. It's going to go out of bounds near the 23-yard line, make it to 22. So a very short punt by Independence will give Highland good field position at the Scottie 22-yard line. There's 14:53 to go here in the first half. Highland moving the ball well on offense so far in the contest with 2 touchdown passes and a punt return by Bob Pugh on the board. Render in the backfield along with number 21, Tyree Elliott. And the ball given off to number 22, Keon Burke, a redshirt freshman out of Kansas City, Kansas, averaging just under 2 yards a carry. Burke takes over left-hand side. Will pick up 2 yards on the carry. Second down and 8 for the Scotties. Correction, that appears to be number 27 and not number 22. Number 27 is Javon Tolles, redshirt sophomore out of Junction City, Kansas. It was his first yardage of the season. Quick throw across the middle. Pass complete, number 4, Jaquan Stone. Stone will bring it out for a 1st and 10 for the Scotties. Highland needed 7. They got 8 on the completion. 1st and 10 Highland, ball on the Scottie 33-yard line. Render in the shotgun. Fake handoff, pitch out to Tolles, left-hand side. Cuts it inside, down the sideline. Tolles will finally be brought down after a long 1st and 10 for the Scotties by number 15, Cameron Durant, a freshman out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. So again, another nice run by number 27, Javon Tolles. 1st and 10 Scotties on the Pirate 42-yard line. 13:29 to go here in the half. And the Scotties up 19-0. Render back to pass this time. We'll throw it down the right-hand side. Bob Pugh down on the right-hand side. Nice catch by Bob Pugh. No, they're going to say he was out of bounds. Pugh appeared to get his knee in, but the official on the sideline was right there for the play. And that'll go down as an incomplete pass. And Bob Pugh lost a little air on that when he hit the ground. Coming in to replace him, number 82, Blake Crandall, redshirt freshman out of Wichita. 2nd down and 10 for the Scotties on the Pirate 42-yard line. Elliott and Tolles in the backfield along with Render. 2 receivers to the right. 1 receiver to the left for the Scotties. Render back to pass, steps up in the pocket under pressure, now fades back, throws it out here to Tolles in the right flat. Spin move, and he cannot get away. That's going to go back to the line of scrimmage, according to where the officials are going to spot it. Tackle maybe number 48, Yumu. So 3rd down and 10 for Highland. As Bob Pugh comes back into the sideline, or come back into the ball game on the near sideline. John Becker wide left, with Quan Stone in the slot. And Bob Pugh on the near side as the wide receivers. Surrender back to pass. Throws the cutting route to Bob Pugh. 1st and 10, Scottie. They're going to rule it incomplete. They say the ball hit the turf. Pugh again appeared to make the catch, but the officials ruled it otherwise. Nice defensive effort by Keon Daniels, a sophomore out of Tulsa, Oklahoma for the Pirates. But Highland will have to punt the ball away here. Chance Clark in to kick the ball away for the Scotties as Dwayne Smith goes deep. Smith with 4 punt returns on the year. He's averaging 10.4 yards return. End over end kick, angled to the sideline. That's going to be well up the field. And a short return, or a short punt. Nope, they're going to mark him at the 10-yard line. So Chance Clark with a good kick pins the Pirates inside the 20 at their own 10 with 12-11 to go here in the first half. It's the Highland Scotties 19, the Independence Pirates 0. I'll be back in just a second. You're watching the Scottie Sports Network. For Clark, that's his 8th kick inside the 20 this year. So the Pirates have the football 1st and 10 on their own 10-yard line. Gremmel gives it off to Batten. He cuts it over the right-hand side, gets loose, picked up a 1st and 10 before he is brought down by the Scotties number 5, Willie Fleming. So a nice run by number 23, Tremaine Batten, a former Scottie, a sophomore out of Clearwater, Florida. The ball now on the Pirate 25-yard line. Clock continuing to run at 11:44 and counting here in the second quarter. Gremmel with 2 receivers to the left, 1 wide receiver to the right, tight end to the right. And we've got a flag on the field. Appeared to be some movement. It is a false start against the Pirates. So Bryce Gremmel with the hard count drew his own guys off. That'll be a loss of 5 on the penalty. 1st and 15 now for Independence on their own 20-yard line. Again, Twins come to the left. Solo receiver to the right with a tight end to the right-hand side for Gremmel. He gets off to Batten. Batten will be caught in the backfield this time by number 48 for the Scotties. Make that number 46, Tyler Sims. Sims, a freshman out of Columbia, South Carolina, will tackle Batten for a loss of about 2. Ball resting on the 18-yard line of the Pirates. 2nd down and 17 yards to go for Indy, with 10:45 to go here in the first half, as they trail Highland by 19 points. Gremmel back to pass, looks left. Quick throw into the slot man, number 18, Dante Ambler. DeAndre Bozeman in on the tackle. Short gain on the completion brings up 3rd and 13 for the Pirates. Ball on the 22-yard line of Independence. Batten again in the backfield. Twin receivers left and right now for Gremmel. Here comes the pressure by the Scotties. Going to tackle in the backfield. Quarterback sack by number 18 or number 10, Tyree Horton. That is Horton's first sack of the year. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 20 for Independence. The ball back on their own 15-yard line. And Wesley Collins, who's averaging 33.7 yards a punt, his longest of the year was 61. And Bob Pugh back at midfield. Kick is away. Highland with a return on. The ball will land. Will bounce away from the Highland Scotties, take an Independence roll, and it will finally die at the Highland 39-yard line. Make it to 38. So 9:09 to go here in the first half. The Highland Scotties up over Independence, 19-0. Scotties with the football, 1st and 10 on their own, 38-yard line. Russ Karn bringing today's action over the Scotty Sport Network. Glad to have those of you that are watching us this afternoon. Apologize for a little bit of technical difficulty early on in the broadcast. Currently with 32 of you watching us at this time. Glad to have you out there again. 1st and 10 for the Scotties. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Render. Ming in the backfield to his right. Render back to pass. Under pressure, will be flushed out of the pocket to the right-hand side. He's going to run to the sideline, and he'll step out of bounds around the 42-yard line. 1st and make that a 2nd down and 6 for the Scotties. Render with 155 yards rushing in 2 ball games since coming in as the Highland quarterback, averaging 5.7 yards per run. He's got 2 touchdowns on the ground. He's got now 10 touchdown passes on the year, including the 2 that he's thrown so far in this contest. And Render tackled behind the line of scrimmage on a safety blitz by number 12, Quadavis Battle, sophomore out of Brookville, Florida. He's now that is his 6th quarterback sack of the year. Loss on the play will bring up 3rd down and 12 for the Scotties. Ball on the Highland 36-yard line. 8:13 and counting on the clock here in the second quarter. Render with 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Going in motion is number 30, Marquise Terry. Terry out in the left flat. Render, avoiding the pressure, will run to the right. He'll pick it up and run it sideline. Quickly throws it across field. And the pass goes incomplete as it dropped in front again of Bob Pugh. So the incomplete pass is going to bring up 4th and 12 for the Scotties, and that'll send Chance Clark back out into the contest. Clark with 29 punts on the year so far, 1,000 yards. He holds the school record with most yards in a single season. Clark averaging 36 or 34.6, the sophomore out of Hutchinson. Gets the kick away. That's the kick a better punt. The fair catch is called for and taken by number 5, Dwayne Smith. Pirate football, 1st and 10 on their own, 37-yard line with 7:42 to go in the second quarter. It's the Highland Scotties 19, the Independence Pirates 0. I'll be back in just a second. You're watching the Scottie Sports Network. Gremmel throws out to the right side. Pass complete to the tight end. Freshman tight end number 84 is Blake Holman, freshman out of Solomon, Kansas. Second down and 4 for the Pirates. Ball given off to Bratton. Bratton over the left-hand side will pick up the 1st and 10. Correct, and carrying that ball was number 2, Edwin Thomas, their leading rusher. Trey Garrett in on the tackle for the Scotties, along with number 8, Joe Sanders. 1st and 10 for the Pirates. Ball resting on their side of midfield with 5:40 to go here in the first half. Twin receiver to the left, solo receiver to the right with a tight end to the right. Ball given up the gut to Edwin Thomas. Thomas flushed outside. He'll be tackled for a loss on the play. In there on the tackle, number 17, Sam Alala. So a loss on the tackle will bring up second down and 11. Ball now on the Pirate 40-yard line. Pirates with the offensive shift to the wide side of the field. Ball carried again by number 2, Edwin Thomas. And he's going to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Jacob Rominger in on the stop for the Scotties. Third down, 14 yards to go for the Pirates. Ball on their own 46-yard line. As they trail the Highland Scotties 19-0 here in the second quarter. 5:22 in counting. Says the big blue scoreboard across the way. Gremmel back to pass, across the middle, pass complete, number 84. That is Blake Holman. Holman near the 1st and 10 is a yard short. That'll bring up 4th and 1 for Independence, and they will go for it here on the Highland 41. With the clock running at 4:50 here in the second quarter as they trail Highland by 19 points. Bremmel with Thomas in the backfield. That'll be Thomas. And he'll pick up the 1st and 10 as he gets inside the 40 down to the 37-yard line. Trey Garrett in on the tackle for the Scotties, along with number 35, Nick Reeser, a freshman out of Rossville, Kansas. 1st and 10 Pirates on the Highland 37, my mistake. As the twin receivers will come to the wide side of the field for the Pirates. Holds it, their leading receiver on the outside with Ambler in the slot. Pass out to Ambler. Got a nice open field tackle by the Scotties. Number 6, Chaz Union, redshirt sophomore out of Shawnee, Kansas. Pass on the completion is good enough for a second down and 4, we'll call it. Ball on the 31-yard line. This is the deepest Independence has been into Highland Terry so far in the contest. 3:28 and counting to go in the half. Ball given to number 23, Tremaine Batten. Batten fights his way inside the 25, down near the 23. They're going to mark it right at the 22-yard line. 1st and 10 Independence on a nice run by the former Scottie, Tremaine Batten. So 1st and 10 on the Highland, 22, coming up on the 3-minute mark of the half. Receivers going wide right. Number 16, Brandon Smith, with number 5, Dwayne Smith in the slot. Fake handoff. Quarterback under pressure will throw the football away. Pass is intercepted on the far side of the field by number 3, DeAndre Bozeman. Bozeman with his first interception of the year, the redshirt sophomore out of West Palm Beach, Florida. And now we have a flag down on the field. But that appeared to be a dead ball flag that came in. It is a dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Highland Scotties. So the Scotties get called for taunting after the interception. And a 15-yard penalty will be assessed from the end of the play on the interception. So Highland with the football, 1st and 10. As the ball being placed on the Highland 11-yard line. Or half the distance to the goal is what they say. Render in the backfield with Ming alongside of him. The long snap, pass out into the flat. We'll pick up a short game. Pass complete to Patterson, who was in the left slot. Gain of 3 on the play will bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Scotties. Ball now on the Highland 14-yard line. 2:12 to go in counting here in the half. Ming, move over to the left-hand side, gives the ball back to Ming on a counter play up the gut. Then he'll make it out near the 17, 18-yard line before he is met by the defensive line of the Pirates. Gain on the play is going to bring up a 3rd and 3 for the Scotties. Ball on their own 18-yard line. $1:44 to go here in the half. Render asks for the football. Twin receivers left and right. He's looking left. Quick snap out to Troy Grant. Grant with a catch will be good enough for the 1st and 10. The tackle made by number 15, Cameron Durant. So 1st and 10 for the Scotties. That'll stop the clock momentarily till they move the chains. And 1st and 10 on the Highland 25. So Scotty with a fresh set of downs here with coming up on the 1-minute mark of the second quarter. Render fakes the handoff to Ming, looking right-hand side, got down the right-hand side, and the pass is incomplete. Defensive back pushed the receiver, but no flag is called. Pass was intended for number 9, Dante Starks. Can Quadavis battle with just a who was beat on the play, just reached out and gave him a shove, but no flag comes in. So that'll stop the clock at 59.1. Okay, and it's 2nd down and 10 for the Scotties on their own 26-yard line. Make it the 24-yard line. Render flushed out of the pocket, will now throw it downfield. Pass knocked away, intended for number 15, John Becker. As Render got away with a bad pass there. So the Scotties now with 3rd down and 10 on their own 25. 52.1 seconds to go in the half. Highland really doesn't want to give up the football here with just seconds to go in the first half. They did that down at Fort Scott. Fort Scott moved the football all the way down and got a field goal out of it. They take a 22-21 lead at the break. And a penalty flag comes in. We've got whistled on the field. And it could be the delay of game. We're going to have a timeout. So timeout on the field, charged to Highland Scottie. That is Highland's first timeout and a half. They now have 2 timeouts remaining. Indy has 1 timeout left here in the first 30 minutes. 51.1 seconds to go in a half. Highland 19, Fort Scott, or Independence 0. Back in just a second. You're watching the Scottie Sports Network. Iowa Western continues to lead Garden City in their contest up in Council Bluffs, 7-0 with 9:11 to go in the second quarter. So the Scotties back on the field with a 3rd and 10 from their own 25. And the clock stopped at 51.1 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Give it off to Ming. He'll bring it around the right-hand side. Ming with a lane. Then we knocked out of bounds. He'll get the 1st and 10. Ming crashes into the Highland bench. So 1st and 10 for the Scotties. Ming will get up and hustle back out on the field. So a big 1st and 10 run by Isaiah Ming, the Scotties' leading rusher from a year ago. 1st and 10 on their own 40-yard line. 43.4 to go in the first 20 minutes. Or the first 30, my mistake. Render, quick pass out into the flat to Bob Pugh. On the bubble string, evades one defender. He'll finally be tackled down. Tackle maybe number 42, Derek Rickard, a sophomore out of Richmond, Missouri, with 25 tackles, a sack, and 2 tackles for a loss on the year. And we've got another timeout on the field, charged to the Highland Scotties. So Highland with the football, 2nd down and 8 on their own 42 with 32.7 seconds to go here in the half. And a 19-0 lead over the Independence Pirates. The Scotties will be at Iowa Central next Saturday in Fort Dodge, Iowa at 7:30. I'll have a video link and directions to the ball or to the stadium on the conference website at KJCCC.org. Independence will be at an Iowa Western in Council Bluffs at 2 o'clock next Saturday. And again, at the last check, the Iowa Western Reavers were leading Garden City 7-0 midway through the second quarter. A quick note in the contest, the Highland offensive line outweighs the Indy defensive line by 73 pounds a man coming into the contest. And so far, the Scotties have been able to keep Khalil Render fairly safe. Looking, stepped up in the pocket. He'll now run the football down near the 50, down to the 45, to the 40, down the sideline, and he will keep running with the football until the ball's knocked out of bounds. It will remain Highland football. So Render with a big run on the scramble. And the Scotties will have possession of the football on the Pirate 17-yard line with 18.6 seconds to go in the half. Render, again, who came in averaging 5.7 yards per rush, picks up a big gain there all the way down to the Indy 22. So 1st and 10 Scotties. Tyree Elliott in the backfield to the right of Render. 3 receivers to the left. Solo receiver to the right. Back to pass down the right-hand side to Bob Pugh in the end zone. Pugh, but out. Nice defensive coverage by number 4, Kiwan Daniels, the sophomore out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Man-to-man coverage down the near sideline, but Pugh could not make the catch and stay in bounds. 13.5 seconds to go in the half. 2nd down and 10 on the Pirate 22-yard line. The Scotties up 19-0 here in the contest. Troy Grant wide left with Patterson in the slot. Stone in the slot with Bob Pugh on the near side. Stepping up again, Render. That's a wide open receiver, and he is tackled at the 3-yard line. That is Jaquan Stone, the sophomore out of Overland Park, Kansas. Stone with a touchdown already in the contest. Will make it 1st and goal for the Scotties with 5.4 seconds to go in the half, and Highland uses their final timeout. So the Scotties will have at least one shot at the end zone before they'll have to bring in the field goal kicker. as Highland has the football 1st and goal at the Independence 1. The Scotties are now again with back-to-back victories on the year, trying to pick up their 3rd straight to go to 3-2 on the season, 2-1 in conference. The Pirates 1-3 in conference, play 1-4 on the year after a victory over Garden City last Saturday. Render with Elliott in the backfield to his right. Twin receivers left and right with 5:04 to go in the half. Render looking. Will step up across the middle. Troy Grant, touchdown. Render to Grant from 1 yard out. And the Scotties have a 25-0 lead. .6 seconds to go in the half, as Michael Bliss will come in to attempt the extra point. And the kick is up. And the kick is good. With 1.6 seconds to go in the half, it's the Highland Scotties 26. The Independence Pirates 0. We'll be back in just a second. You're watching the Scottie Sport Network. Kickoff will be out of bounds. Pirates will have the football 1st and 10. And that'll be the end of the half, is what the official says. So at the end of the half, it's the Highland Scotties 26, the Independence Pirates 0. I'll check some other scores around the JL Conference and be back. You're watching the Scottie Sports Network.
Okay, we're there.
Oh, 7-Up, if you don't mind. 7-Up.
What else?
Whatever else you got down there is fine.
You want a hot dog or you want a Snickers?
Snickers is fine. And welcome back to Kessinger Field in Highland, Kansas, as the Highland Scotties lead Independence Pirates by the score here, 26-0 at half. Other scores from around the Jayhawk Conference: Butler is leading Iowa Central 21-0 in El Dorado, with 9:55 to go in the second quarter. Iowa Western leads Garden City and Council Bluffs by the score of 14-0. Those are the only two other afternoon contests around the Jayhawk Conference. Games under the lights tonight: Fort Scott is at Dodge City at 5:30, and Coffeyville is at Hutchinson tonight in the big game in Hutch at 7 p.m. Thank you. And some halftime stats from the young man here helping us out this year from Kessinger Field. First downs, Highland with 11, Independence with 5. Rushing yards, Highland has ran the ball 15 times for 185 yards. The Pirates have ran the ball 18 times for 48 yards. Net passing yards are 121 for Highland, just 26 passing yards for the Pirates. Career render is 12 out of 21 with no interceptions, 2 touchdowns, make that 3 touchdowns on the year, or in the contest.
Want it on the other side?
That's fine. Just anywhere you want to put it there, it's fine, Bill.
Okay.
That's fine. For the Pirates, Bryce Grimmel has thrown the ball 10 times, completing 5. He's got no touchdown with 1 INT. Total number of plays in the contest: Highland with 36 all total offensive plays for 306 yards at the half. Independence with just 74 yards total offense in their 28 offensive tries. Receiving for the Scotties, Dante Stark with 2 receptions for 37 yards. And Starks with no touchdown receptions in the contest. Troy Grant with 1 reception for 7 yards. That was a touchdown catch. Jaquan Stone with 3 grabs for 31 yards. 1 touchdown completion. Damon Patterson with 2 grabs for 29 yards. Patterson with 1 touchdown pass or reception on the day. Bob Pugh has caught the ball 3 times for 17 yards. And Javon Tolles was caught the ball for no yards for 1 time. For the Pirates, rushing, they are led by Edwin Thomas with 8 carries for 23 yards. Wesley Collins has carried the ball 1 time for 15 yards. Tremaine Batten has carried the ball 2 times for 12 yards. And Bryce Grimmel, the quarterback, has carried the ball 5 times for 10 yards. For the Scotties, the leading rusher is Khalil Render. He's ran the ball 5 times for 102 yards this afternoon. Isaiah Ming with 6 carries for 40 yards. Javon Tolles with 1 carry for 24. Damon Patterson has carried the ball 1 time for 16 yards. Keon Burke has carried the ball 1 time for 2 yards, and Troy Grant has carried the ball 1 time for 1 yard unofficially so far in the contest. So again at the break, the Scotties lead Independence 26-0. I'll be back in just a second. Check more information around the JL Conference and be back. You're watching the Scottie Sports Network. Finals from around the Big 12 this afternoon. Iowa State down KU 38-13 with 9:37 to go in the fourth quarter. Oklahoma all over West Virginia at 41-24 with 5:21 to go in the fourth. TCU up big on Texas 50-0, according from ESPN. Other scores around the Jayhawk Conference this afternoon. The last time I checked, Butler was leading Iowa Central in El Dorado 21-0 with 9:55 to go in the half. Iowa Western was leading Garden City 14-0 late in the second half. And here at Highland Kessinger Field, the Scotties are up on Indy by a score of 26-0 at the break. Again, your scoring summary in the first half. Scottie scored on a 6-play drive for 48 yards. They kept the ball at 12 minutes and 51 seconds. They scored on a 4-yard pass from Khalil Render to Jaquan Stone. At the 10:46 mark, the kick was no good. With 8:57 to go in the first quarter, Bob Pugh returned a kick, 86 yards for the Scotties. The 2-point conversion was no good, and the Scotties led 12-0. With 3:21 to go in the first quarter, Render connected to Damon Patterson from 26 yards out. The kick was good by Michael Bliss. Scottie with a 10-play, 77-yard drive that kept the ball 4 minutes and 32 seconds. Highland led it 19-0. And then the final score of in the half, Troy Grant carried in a 1-yard touchdown grab from Render. The kick by Bliss was good, and the Scotties took a 26-0 lead with 1 second to go in the half. Highland with 8 plays, 75 yards on the drive. They kept the ball 1 minute and 2 seconds for their final scoring drive. Again, the Scotties dominating on defense have held Independence to a grand total of just 74 yards in 28 plays. The Pirates with just 26 yards passing on 5 completions on 10 attempts. No touchdowns, 1 INT. Scotties with 306 total yards in the first half on 36 offensive plays. 15 rushes for 185 yards for Highland, 21 pass attempts, 12 completions for 121 yards. And again, I'll check on some more scores and be back. You're watching the Scottie Sports Network. Lady Scottie volleyball at Scottie College this afternoon. I'm trying to bring up their video stream, but it appears to be minimal at best coming out of the college down at Nevada, Missouri this afternoon. Ivan Bida providing you that video this afternoon. And again, I apologize for a little bit of problems here before the contest for the football game. Glad to have you watching this afternoon. We've now got 36 computers watching at one time for this contest. They're at halftime in Council Bluffs. The Reavers lead the Broncbusters 14-0. Again, at a non-Jayhawk conference matchup. Don't forget, fans, coming up next Saturday, Highland will be at Iowa Central in Fort Dodge, Iowa at Dodger Stadium at 7:30. I'll have a video link and directions to the stadium on the Jayhawk Conference website at KJCCC.org. Independence will travel to Iowa Western at 2 o'clock in Council Bluffs. Again, Iowa Western does not play on campus. They're building a new stadium, but they're playing at a middle school there on the east side of the river. So be sure before you head up yonder to Council Bluffs where that game will actually be played. 4:52 to go here in the break. Highland 26, Independence 0. We'll be back in just a second. You're watching the Scottie Sports Network. Scottie sports fans, don't forget that baseball plays tomorrow here in town. They will host Southeast Nebraska out of Beatrice at 12 noon here at the community ballpark. If I can get around at that, we may just put that one on the net tomorrow if we can. I'll just have to double check what our options are. Coming up on Monday, October the 5th, volleyball will go out to Great Bend, Kansas to take on Barton Community College at 6:30. Links will be available on the conference website for that at kjccc.org. Baseball plays at Iowa Western next Tuesday, October the 6th in St. Joe, Missouri at 4 o'clock. Volleyball returns home next Wednesday as they will take on Johnson County at 5:30 in Ben Allen Fieldhouse. Results are in from the Johnson County women's cross-country meet held yesterday evening. I have them posted on the conference website and on the national website for Highland Community College to follow the cross-country. Men's cross-country took part in the Rimrock Classic down in Lawrence earlier this morning. As soon as those results are available, I'll also have those posted on the conference website at kjccc.org. and on the national website at njcaa.org. 2:35 to go before the start of the third quarter here in Highland, Kansas. Your Highland Scotties leading the Independence Pirates 26-0. I'll be back in a second. You're watching the Scottie Sports Network. So the Scotties will receive to start the second half here and defend the west goal here at Kessinger Field in Highland. Bob Pugh going back along with Marquise Terry. Drew, the number 3 kickoff returner in the Jayhawk Conference with 6 kickoff returns for 172 yards. He's averaging 28.7 yards per return. Marquis Terry, the number 5 returner in the conference. He's got 9 kickoff returns for 240 yards. He's averaging 26.7. And putting the ball in play for Independence will be number 80, Jesse Brown, a sophomore out of Hillsboro, Kansas. As the Pirates are all bunched up. Now we've got the clock reset at 15. And a little bluff of a onside kick from the Pirates. And now they'll drop back and kick it off normally. High end over end kick, curving toward Bob Pugh. That'll be bounced and out of bounds. Penalty flag down. And the Scotties should have the football 1st and 10 on their own 35 if they take it to the ball. Scottie football, 1st and 10 on their own 35 here to start the third quarter. Khalil Render in the backfield with Ming to his left and Elliott to his right. Snap throw out to number 15, John Becker. Becker breaks loose, goes all the way down the sideline, and he'll be finally tackled out of bounds around the 20-yard line. Make it the 22-yard line. So the Scotties with a big play here on 1st and 10 to start the third quarter. 1st and 10 Highland. Ball on the Independent 23-yard line. Ball given to Elliott. Elliott got his face mask pulled around. There'll be a 15-yard penalty on the Pirates. Tackle was made by number 9, Jalen Stevenson, a sophomore out of Lakeland, Florida. But a definitely flagrant face mask violation against the Pirates. And that'll go half the distance to the goal. And the Scotties will have the football 1st and 10. As they're going to put the football down at the 11-yard line. So 1st and goal, Scotties on the Independence. Make that the 12-yard line. According to the chains on the far side of the field. Elliott to the left, Ming to the right of Render in the backfield. Slot to the left. There's number 9, Dante Starks. Becker, wide left. Pugh, wide right. They're looking. Render under trouble. Gets away from one defender, gets away from 2, and he's going to take it all the way in. Touchdown, Khalil Render. Khalil Render goes in from 12 yards out for the Highland touchdown. And Michael Bliss out of Onega, Kansas will come in to attempt the extra point. Kick is up. Then the kick is no good, wide to the right. So with 13:57 to go in the third quarter, it's Highland 32, Independence 0. We'll be back into the second. You're watching the Scottie Sports Network. Yeah. We need to Yeah, we need to go to third quarter, guys. Can we go to third quarter on the board? No. Okay, just thought I'd ask. Becker to kick off for the Scotties. High end over end kick will be taken by Dwayne Smith at around the 25-yard line. Smith out over the 30. Gets finally ran out of bounds on the far side of the field by number 35 for the Scotties. And number 35 is Nick Reeser, a freshman out of Rossville, Kansas, making the tackle. 1st and 10 for the Pirates. We've got a injured player down on the field for the Scotties. Down is number 43, Jacob Rominger, a redshirt freshman out of Overland Park, Kansas, as he's laying right around the 36-yard line. Pirates will have the football 1st and 10 on their own 43-yard line. Sports medicine attends to Rominger, excuse me. And Rominger is up and will come off the field under his own power. Appeared to be a left ankle injury. But I'm sure we'll see him back in the Highland lineup here shortly. 1st and 10 Pirates, ball on their own 43-yard line with 13:50 to go in the third quarter, and the Highland Scotties up 32-0. Twin receivers to the left and right for Gremmel, with Thomas in the backfield behind him. Turn, he'll give it off to Thomas up the middle. He'll pick up a gain of maybe 1 on the carry, as he is tackled on the play by number 10, Tyree Horton. So 2nd down and 9 after the gain of 1 by Thomas. Thomas, who came in averaging 3.7 yards per carry. He's got 1 touchdown on the year. His longest run has been 42 yards for the freshman out of Fort Pierce, Florida. He's the number 4 rusher in the Jayhawk Conference coming into today's action. Gremmel looking right, throws it out into the sideline. Nice catch made, tackle made by Willie Fleming on number 5, Dwayne Smith. Smith with 16 catches coming in, or 16 runs coming in today, did not have any receptions on the national website. Gain on the completion brings up 3rd and a long 3, make it short 2 now. Ball on the Highland 49. Quick throw in the flat, complete to Smith. Smith down the right sideline, got away from the defense momentarily. Tackle made by Willie Fleming to stop the touchdown. So 1st and 10 for the Pirates now, as the ball is on the 34-yard line. Gremmel in the backfield with Thomas behind him. Twin receivers left and right. They give it off up the gut to Thomas. Thomas bounces off of 1 defender, finally tackled by number 10, Tyree Horton, after a gain of about 4. So 2nd down and 6 is the ball resting on the Scottie 30-yard line. The drive started at the Highland 34. 11:52 to go in the third, 32-0 Scotties over the Independence Pirates. Pirates with their lone victory of the year a week ago against Garden City in Garden. Final score of that one was 20-7. Scotties 2-2 on the year. Back to Pratt Gremmel under pressure, and he is swarmed under and tackled. Then the quarterback sack is by number 8, Joe Sanders. Sanders, who came into the contest with 2.5 sacks, adds 1 more there. And that's a big loss on the play. A 3rd down and 13. As the ball now on the 37-yard line. Coming up on the 11-minute mark of the third quarter. Scotties took their opening series, went down the field and scored. This is Indy's first offensive series of the third quarter. Thomas again in the backfield, directly behind the quarterback, Grimmel. Grimmel back to pass, looking. Crossing route across the middle is complete to number 5, Dwayne Smith. So Smith out of the slot picks up the 1st and 10 for the Pirates. Ball resting on the Highland 17-yard line. So Pirates now inside the red zone of the Scotties for the first time this afternoon. Smith wide right. Holsey on the left-hand side. Snap throw into the flat here, number 18, Ambler. Ambler breaks away from one tackler. Penalty flag down on the field. And he gets it inside down to the 10, but we'll have to see what the violation is. Tackle made by number 13, Hugh Smith for the Scotties. Let's see what the White has to tell us. Been a fairly clean ball game so far in the contest. Personal foul, roughing the passer against the Highland Scotties. Well, it wasn't roughing the passer because the official that threw the flag was in the end zone. So we'll just call it a personal foul unless there roughs the blow to the head. Bottom line is the Pirates have it 1st and goal on the Scottie 5. Brimble gives it off to Thomas, up the middle. He's going to be tackled then inside the 3, down around the 1-yard line. Nick Reeser in around the tackle for the Scotties. 2nd and goal, ball on the Highland 1-yard line. Thomas goes out of the lineup for the Pirates. Jermaine Bratton in the backfield for the Pirates. And touchdown. Bryce Grimmel goes in from 1 yard out on the quarterback sneak. And the Pirates are on the scoreboard. Brown in to attempt the extra point. Kick is up, blocked, and it is short. The Scotties block it. We'll have to double check on who got their hand on it. I believe maybe. Unconfirmed with the block, number 25, Juan Jenkins, the freshman out of Gainesville, Florida. So Bob Pugh is deep to return the kickoff. Along with number 30, Marquise Terry. And the kick, end over end. Bob Pugh will handle it at about the 14-yard line. Up to the 15, at 20, 25, out to the 30, down near the 32, 33-yard line. Goes Bob Pugh. And on the tackle, number 19, Lex Hubbard. Or Hubert, a sophomore out to Topeka for the Pirates. Scotties with good field position on their own 33-yard line. With 9:20 to go here in the third quarter, and the Scotties leading Independent 32-6. Render in the backfield, empty backfield this time. 3 receivers to the left. Looking right, now down the middle, long pass down the middle. There's Patterson. Patterson will take it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Scotties. 67-yard touchdown pass from Render to Patterson.
That's just because he was waddling there to get that.
And that's true. He was taking the long. Yeah.
Bliss in to attempt the extra point. Chance Clark will hold. Kick is up, and that one is true. With 9:10 to go in the third quarter, the Highland Scotties 39, the Independence Pirates 6. I'll be back in just a second. You're watching the Scottie Sports Network. So the Scotties waste little time with 16 seconds after Independence, but their first points of the game on the board comes back with a 67-yard bomb from Render to Patterson to regain that lead of 39-6. So John Becker, who's just been kicking off for the last couple ball games, will send this one deep. Okay, and over the right-hand side for the Pirates is Edwin Thomas. First and 10 Pirates on the Independence 45-yard line. And according to the stats on the national website, that is Thomas's first punt return or kickoff return of the year. Jermaine Batten in the backfield along with Grimmel. As twin receivers stacked left and right for the Pirates. Return, give it off to Batten. Batten will take it over to the left-hand side. He is met initially by number 7, Brock Polly, redshirt sophomore out of Wichita with 30 tackles on the year. Will pick up a 4, makes it second down and 6. Ball now on the Pirate 49-yard line. 8:45 and the clock running here in the third. Scotties 39, the Pirates 6. Again, these two teams played a year ago in Indy. Highland coming away with a 27-15 victory. Highland with a 2-game winning streak over the Pirates coming in today's action. Quick throw out here to the flat to number 18, Dante Ambler. Ambler is swarmed under by the Scottie defense. Initial contact made by number 13, Hugh Smith. Smith, redshirt sophomore out of Kansas City, Kansas, had 41 tackles coming into today's action. Third down, and we'll call it 2 as the ball being placed on the Highland 47. Indy's got to make it to the Highland 45 for a first and 10. Second offensive series of the second half for Independence. As they'll now send 2 receivers to the right, wing back in the slot to the right-hand side. Batten lower his head, and he'll take it up the field. Tackle made by number 85, Dylan Wheeler. Redshirt freshman out of Holton, Kansas with the stop. But Batten picks up a first and 10 for the Pirates on the Highland 39. So first and 10 Indy on the Highland 39-yard line. Clock running at 7:19 and counting. Give it again to Batten. He'll take it up the gut as he's swarmed under by the defensive line by the Scotties. Then there, number 99, Isaac Davis with the tackle. And also in on the stop, number 81, Logan Stoddard, redshirt freshman out of Wamego, Kansas. Gain of 2 yards on the play, brings up 2nd down and 8 on the Highland 36. You make it the Highland 36-yard line. Pirates with the power on the right-hand side of the offensive line. Snap throw to the tight end. He cannot reach out and grab it. The ball intended for number 84. That's Blake Holman. The incomplete pass brings up 3rd down and 7 for Indy. DeAndre Bozeman in on the coverage on the last play. As the Pirates will send out 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right for Grimmel here at 3rd and 7. Here comes the blitz from the outside for the Scotties. Then a tackle is made by number 7, Brock Polly. Polly coming in from the right side. Tackled the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage for the sack. And a loss on the play will bring up 4th and 9. The ball now on the Highland 38-yard line. And the Pirates are going to go for it here, down 39-6 with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. So the Scottie defense needs to come up big here on 3rd and 9. Grimmel looking, knocked out of the pocket. He'll have to tuck it up and run. He's not going to make the 1st and 10. That's making the tackle number 10, Tyree Horton. Horton, a sophomore out of South Dade, Florida, with 29 tackles on the year. And the Scottie will hold and take over on downs. Highland football, 1st and 10. As the ball being placed on the Scottie 34-yard line with 5:43 to go in the third quarter. Highland will send 3 receivers wide right. Pugh, Stone, and Patterson to the right. Grant to the left in the slot with Becker out in the wide spot. Snap throw out here to Bob Pugh on the bubble screen. Pugh will pick up a couple yards. Going to pick up almost 6 on the play before he is tackled by number 4, Daniels. Gain on the play will bring up a 3rd and let's call it a long 3. Ball resting just inside the Scottie 41-yard line. Render out into the flat. Pass complete to number 82. I believe that's Crandall. Then it is number 82, Blake Crandall, a redshirt freshman out of Winfield, Kansas. Makes the catch and picks up enough yardage for the 1st and 10. 1st down, Scottie's on the Pirates 45. Coming out right at the 5-minute mark of the third quarter. Scottie's, again, empty backfield for Render. Looking right. On the right-hand side, Pugh cannot make the catch. Nice defensive coverage by number 4, Kawan Daniels, the sophomore out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Again, Bob Pugh, one of the fastest players that I can remember in Highland history out on the field right now, wide receiver. 3 receivers to the right. Snap throw out here to Pugh on the bubble screen. He gets away from 1 defender, works it down to the 40, inside the 40, to about the 39 before he's tackled out of bounds. In on the tackle, number 98, Aaron Kennedy, sophomore out of Shawnee, Kansas for the Pirates. Highland with the football, first, make it 3rd and 3 on the Pirate 38-yard line. Again, 3 receivers wide right, 2 receivers to the left. Empty backfield for Render. Render with 3 touchdown passes on the day. Quick throw across the middle, and that one intended for number 89, Damon Patterson. Pass will go incomplete. That'll bring up 4th and 3 for the Scotties. And Highland's going to punt this ball away. Smart move by the Scotties. They're up 39-6. Then with Chance Clark, who's put 8 kicks inside the 20 so far this year, can put one deep and pin the Pirates inside their own 10. Let's see what happens here on 4th and 3. Kick in the way, high spiral kick. Ball's going to bounce, and it will go knocked out about into the backfield, into the end zone, says the official. He took a high bounce right at the pylon. So Chance Clark misses by inches, and the Pirates will have the football 1st and 10 on their own 20. So the Scotties pick up right around 7 yards on the punt. So Pirate football 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line with 3:50 to go here in the third. Highland 39, Independent 6. Grimmel back under in the shotgun. Gives it off to Batten. He'll get a wide open hole over the right-hand side. He'll pick up a good 12 yards on the carry for the 1st and 10. Samala, sophomore out of Orlando, Florida, on the tackle. 1st and 10 Indy on the Pirate 33-yard line. Clock running at 3:28 and counting here in the third quarter. Batten with a fullback in front of him. Number 45, Shea Crum. And Batten will carry it out over the 35 to the 37-yard line, maybe to the 38. Tackle made number 46, Tyler Sims, a freshman out of Columbia, South Carolina, on the stop for the Scotties. Gain of 5 on the carry, brings up 2nd down and 5 for the Pirates. Ball now on the 38 of the Independence football team. Again, Independence now going with this power lineup in the backfield. Batten again over the right-hand side. Brock Polly in on the tackle. As the ball gets out near the 47-yard line. So the Pirates will have the football 3rd and 1 from their own 42, make it down. Ball outside the 42-yard line places as the official places the football. Again, Shea Crum, the big fullback in there. Crum, a freshman out of Concordia, Kansas. As they turn and give it off to Batten. Or, excuse me, that's Thomas. Thomas breaks through the hole. Will run the ball out. They're going to give him forward progress at midfield. Make it to Highland 49. So 1st and 10 Indy as they're moving the football on the ground. Again, they were number 3 in the conference in rushing coming into today's action. And I figured that they would run the football, but they're down 39-6 here. There's a $1:35 to go in the third. Grimmel gives it off to Thomas. Thomas wrapped up in the backfield. He'll make it back to the line of scrimmage, maybe. As Jacob Rominger back in the ball game, made the tackle. There's going to be no gain on the play. Rominger's going to come off the field as he motions somebody coming in. Checking in quickly for the Scotties, number 51. That'll be Jordan Hill, a redshirt freshman out of Derby, Kansas, coming in to play the left or right side linebacker. Thomas in the backfield along with Crum and the quarterback Grimmel. One receiver left, one receiver right. They're going to run it up the middle again. Thomas gets away. And finally tackled by the Scotties number 10, Tyree Horton, and number 3, DeAndre Bozeman. But a gain of about 7 by the freshman out of Fort Pierce, Florida. We'll make it 3rd down and 4. That's the ball on the Highland 43-yard line. And that's going to be about the end of the third quarter. Independent's going to let the clock run out. So we put 3 in the books. We're waiting for the final 15. Highland 39, Independent 6. We'll be back in just a second. You're watching the Scottie Sports Network. Iowa Western leads Garden City now 17-7 with 6:39 to go in the third. That game being played up in Council Bluffs. Independence will travel to Iowa Western next Saturday. The Scotties will be at Iowa Central in Fort Dodge, Iowa at Dodger Stadium. Don't forget, I have the link available for that contest, both the video and the directions to the stadium on the conference website. Batten with the ball carrier. And he is met initially by number 7, Brock Polly. And on there, number 8, Joe Sanders. Gain on the play will bring it down to be about a 4th and 2 for the Pirates on the Highland 41. And the Pirates show no indication of kicking this ball away. They have ran the ball effectively here in this last series, but they're using a lot of clock to pick up the yardage. So Crum the fullback with Batten, the tailback, gives it off to Batten. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage, tackle made by Brock Polly, and the Scotties are going to hold and take football on the downs. So a nice job by Brock Polly in the interior of the Highland defensive line, who are outweighed 44 pounds a man this afternoon, as they hold Indy on 4th and short for the second time this afternoon. Scottie football, 1st and 10 on their own 41-yard line, 14-10 to go in the ball game, and Highland leading at 39-6. Render in the backfield. Tolles will have the football. He'll cut it up the gut, reverse his field. He'll pick up about 3 yards on the play before he is swarmed under by number 10, Malik Trollinger, a freshman out of Shelby, Tennessee. Gain of 3 on the carry by Tolles. Tolles to the right, Patterson to the left of the quarterback, Render. Twin receivers right. Ball out to the swing pass left to Patterson down the sideline. He'll step out of bounds at the 48-yard line of Independence. And that's good enough for a 1st and 10 by a yard. So a nice job by DeMond Patterson to tiptoe down the sideline here on the near side of the field. 1st and 10 Scotties on the Pirate 49-yard line. Troy Grant on the near side. Ball given off to number 27, Javon Tolles, the redshirt sophomore out of Junction City, Kansas. Will pick up about 2 on the carry. Make it 3 as he gets it down to the 47-yard line. Scottie's now going to run the football some here with 13 minutes to go in the ball game. Patterson and Tolles side by side in the backfield, taking a handoff, looking for Troy Grant. Grant on the hook pattern makes the catch. And he is tackled immediately by number 15, Cameron Durant. 1st and 10, Scotties. Nice gain on the play. Ball down to the Pirate 35-yard line. Scotties will take their time to get back to the line of scrimmage here. Scotties trying to go 3-0 after dropping the first 2 contests of the year. First time they've done that since 2008. Ball gives off the Tolles with a big hole over the right-hand side. Looking for a block, gets down inside the 30, or down inside the 25 to about the 23. Make it the 21. 1st and 10, Scotties. Ball on the independent 21-yard line with 12:04 to go in the ball game. Highland leading it 39-6. Ball given over to Patterson. He'll take it around the left-hand side. Tackled out of bounds near the 12-yard line. Get on the stop, number 3, B.J. Cradell, sophomore of Atlanta, Georgia. And that will be a 1st and goal. Make it a 1st and 10 for the Scotties. Ball on the Pirate 11-yard line. Render looking for the football. Retriever to the right. Penalty flag on the field. And we're going to see false start against the Scotties is the violation. Somebody got caught for motion along the line. So a 1st and 15. The ball placed back at the 16-yard line of the Pirates. 11:23 and counting. Starks in the slot to the right. With Becker on the far side, Grant to the left. They give the ball off. Nope, Render has it. Pitches back. Trouble on the play, and Patterson will have the football, and they're going to lose big yardage. First time the Scotties have tried to run the option, and it did not go well. In on the tackle was number 7, Audrix Harris. Number 7, a sophomore out of Chesapeake, Virginia. So a big loss on the play. 2nd down. And it's close to 28 yards to go. Make it 24. They get the ball off the Tolles around the left hand his way. Troy a little bit of holding on the near side. As Tolles gets it inside the 20-yard line down to the 19. Still 3rd down, 18 yards to go. Third and 17 officially. There's the ball on the 19-yard line. Here come the Pirates with the blitz. Ball given off to Tyree Elliott. Elliott trying to get around the right-hand side, and he's going to lose big yardage. And on the tackle, number 12, Quadavius Battle, who's been on a lot of tackles this afternoon for the Pirates. Scottie offense says they want to go for it on 4th and 22. Ball on the 24-yard line of the Pirates. Highland has to get to the 1-yard line for a 1st and 10. Back to pass, deep pass down the sideline, and that's going to be out of bounds. And again now the Scotties on 4th down stop the clock with an incomplete pass. And the Pirates will have the football 1st and 10 on their own 24-yard line with 9:13 to go in the contest. And the Scotties leading at 39-6. Jermaine batting in the backfield along with the fullback Shea Crum. And the quarterback, Bryce Grimmel, they give it off to Batten. He was going to fight his way out near the 29-yard line before he was brought down by the Scottie defense. Willie Fleming in on the tackle for the Scotties. Strong safety. But a gain of 4 will bring up second down and 6. Ball now on the 28-yard line. 8:48 and counting. Here to go in the fourth quarter from Kessinger Field in Highland. Again, the ball given to Batten. He's going to fight his way up the middle. Breaks away from one defender. Finally knocked down by the safety, Willie Fleming. Penalty flag comes in late as one of the Scotties has their helmet removed. And a flag on the field. Tyler Sims in a little altercation. He's going to come off the field without a hat on. Penalty against Independence. Hands to the face is the violation. So that's why Sims's helmet came off. But the personal foul for hands in the face will back the Pirates up big time here with 8:30 to go in the ball game. And half the distance to the goal we hear. That's going to push the ball back to the 14-yard line. So 2nd and 19 is the call. Pirates have to get to the Independence 35-yard line for a 1st and 10. Highland almost gets called off on the snap, and then the penalty flags will come flying in from just about everywhere. Getting late in the contest, and everybody wants to start a conversation. False start against the offense is the violation. So a 5-yard penalty will back them up 5. And the Pirates deep in their own territory now. So bring up 2nd down and 24. Pirate 9-yard line. They give it up the middle. Number 21, Wesley Collins, seeing his first rush of the ball game, a sophomore out of Coffeyville. He came in averaging 5.8 yards per carry. He gets it back out near the 9-yard line for a gain of 5. So 3rd down and 19 for the Pirates. 7:29 and counting. Grimmel in the pistol. Back to pass, looking to the left. Throws it deep down the right-hand side. Pass is intercepted by the Scotties. Coming away with the interception is number 20, Emil Ray. Emil, a freshman out of Miami, Florida, with his first interception of the season. The Scotties will take possession on the turnover. The second INT thrown this afternoon by Grimmel. Highland football, 1st and 10 on the Pirates, 40-yard line. With 7:11 to go in the ball game, the Scotties up 39-6. Scottie offensive line can pat themselves on the back this afternoon as they gave Render a bunch of protection this afternoon. We've got a new quarterback in for Highland. As Render will come out, Tristan Spear will make that number 12. Tremont Grabaskus now in at quarterback. Looking right, quick snap throw to Becker for a gain of about 5. So Grabaskus, with his second completion of the year, he's now 2 for 2 on the season. Picks up 5 yards on his first completion. 2nd down, 5 for the Scotties on the Independence 35-yard line. Tolles and Elliott in the backfield. They get the ball to Tolles. And a flag comes flying in from the near sideline, as Tolles might have picked up a yard before contact was made. Again on the tackle, number 98, Aaron Kennedy, sophomore out of Shawnee, Kansas for Independence. Holding is the violation against the Scotties. Scotties get called for holding after I just bragged how good they were doing keeping the defensive line off of the Highland quarterback. So a 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Make it a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 19 on the Independence 49-yard line. Again, Grabowskis in at quarterback, replacing Khalil Rendell. Ball given up to Tyree Elliott. Elliott tries the right-hand side. He'll pick up maybe a yard and a half before he is pushed back. Tackle made by Malik Trollinger, freshman out of Shelbyville, Tennessee. So a gain of 2 on the carry brings up 3rd down. And 17 yards to go for the Scotties. Clock running at 5:53 and counting. Highland up 39-6. Ball on the Pirate 47-yard line. Coming up on the 3:21 mark here in the afternoon, Northeast Kansas. Grabowski gives the ball off to Tolles. And Javon, he gets not back to the line of scrimmage. He tackled a good yard short. Oh, they're going to give him back to the line of scrimmage, says the official on the near side. And Chance Clark will come in to punt this ball away on 4th and 17. Dwayne Smith going back to receive the kick, the freshman out of Buford, Georgia. He's averaging 11 yards per punt return. And Chance Clark, who's already put 1 kick inside the 20-yard line this afternoon, will try to do it again from his own 40. No rush. Spiral kick down the right-hand side. That ball's going to hit, take a Highland bounce, but go out of bounds around the 13, 14-yard line. They'll mark it at the 12. 4:45 to go in the ball game. Independence with the football, 1st and 10 on their own 12. Highland 39. Independence 6. I'll be back in just a second. You're watching the Scottie Sports Network. So the Pirates are going to send Bryce Grimmo back out. Looks like we got a new tailback in the ball game. Number 6, Jonte Perkins. Nope, that is number 21. That's Wesley Collins trying to fight his way out over the field. They'll mark him down at the 16 to the 17. And a gain of about 4 will bring up 2nd down and 6. As the clock continues to run under 4:25 here to go in the ball game. Pirates have basically ran the football for the last 2 series. They came in number 3 in the conference in rushing. I figured they'd do a lot more rushing before now. Collins fights his way up the middle. Gets hit by Nick Reeser. At about the 30, he'll fall forward to the 31. 1st and 10 Pirates on their own 31-yard line. We're under 4 minutes to go in the ball game. Grimmo with the football. Fake handoff. Will roll out bootleg left. Under pressure, and going to be tackled with an arm tackle by Willie Fleming. Great job by Fleming the redshirt sophomore out of St. Myers, Florida, who makes the tackle in open space. A gain of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 9. And the clock continues to run. Ball on the Pirate 32-yard line. Wesley Collins, the back in the backfield. To Shea Crum, the fullback, off to the left. Gives it to Collins. Collins hit in the backfield, number 92, Phil Hoskins. And a short gain on the play. Penalty flag appears to be on the field. In fact, we have 2 pieces of laundry down on the grass. Personal foul. Face mask against the defense, it looks like. So Highland reached up and grabbed the mask of number 21, Wesley Collins. That'll cost them 15. And the ball goes out past midfield down to the Highland 49-yard line. And if you're head coach Aaron Arnold, you can't be happy with that. 1st and 10, Pirates on the Highland 49, 2:35, and rolling. Here in the 4th quarter, the Scotties up 39-6. Ball given to Collins. Collins breaks through another wide opening in the middle of the line. Gets it all the way down to the Highland 40 before he is upended. Sam Adams in on the tackle. And a 2nd down and 1 for Indy on the Highland 40. And it appears that the Pirates are going to run the football game out. Pirates held to just 26 passing yards in the first half. Ball carried by number 24, Matt Cookson, sophomore out of Salina, Kansas. He comes into today's action with 17 rushes for 65 yards. 3.8 yards per carry. 1st and 10 Indy. As Highland makes a wholesale substitution on defense. 1st and 10 on the Scottie 31 with $1:27 to play and counting. Cookson again, the ball carrier, takes it over the right-hand side. DeAndre Bozeman on the tackle. Also to stop, number 2, Sam Adams. 2nd down and 7 after a gain of 3 by Cookson. Under a minute to go in the ball game. Scotties are going to go to 3-2 on the year. They're going to go to 1 and make it 2 and make it 3-1 in conference. Cookson again, the ball carrier, tackle from behind by number 32, Damian Avery, a redshirt freshman out of Derby, Kansas. 30 seconds to go in the ball game. Pirates with the football on the Highland 25, make it 24. 3rd and 3. And this right here could be the final play of the ball game. Matt Cookson in the I formation. Gremmel, the ball carrier, he is tackled on the play by number 5, Willie Fleming, also there, number 98. In fact, I don't have a 98. And they got tackle number 93, Hunter Port. And that's your ball game. Final score, the Highland Scotties 39. The Independence Pirates 6. And I will, holy moly, that we unplug the scoreboard in a hurry. I'll be back in a bit, folks, with the final stats. You're watching the Scottie Sports Network. Thank you, sir. And here's your final stats for today's contest. Final score, the Highland Scotties 39, the Independence Pirates 6. The Scotties amassed 502 yards on 57 total plays. Highland with 289 yards on the ground on 28 carries. The Scotties with 213 yards through the air, 17 completions on 29 attempts. By the Highland quarterback staff, Independence collects 224 total yards in offense on 63 total plays. They got 181 yards on the ground, just 43 yards through the air. 16 attempts and 9 completions, 2 INTs. Penalties, Highland had 6 for 62 yards. The Pirates had 7 for 53. Punts, Highland with 4 punts for 33 yards. The Pirates with 5 punts for 32 yards. Rushing totals of the contest for Independence, they were led by Tremaine Batten with 54 yards on 12 carries. Wesley Collins picked up 52 yards on 5 carries. Edwin Thomas picked up 37 yards on 13 carries. For the Scotties, they were led by Khalil Render with 114 yards on 6 carries. Damon Patterson collected 40 yards rushing on 4 rushing attempts. Passing for Independence, Bryce Grimmel connected on just 9 of 16 attempts for a grand total of 43 yards, no touchdowns, 2 INTs. Khalil Render had 17 completions on 29 attempts. He had 3 touchdown passes in the ball game. Let me double check that. 1, 2, 3. 3 touchdown passes in the ball game. He had 213 yards passing on today. Receiving, the leading receiver for Indy was Blake Holman with 2 catches for 20 yards. For Highland, it was Damon Patterson with a big day, 3 catches for 96 yards and 2 touchdowns. Dante Starks had 2 grabs for 37 yards. Jaquan Stones had 4 catches for 36 yards. Bob Pugh had 4 catches for 24 yards. Troy Grant had 3 catches for 20, and Javon Tolles had 1 catch for no yards. Checking the defensive stats real quick. Leading tackler for Independence was Quinavius Battle with 8 tackles. Leading tackler for the Skies was Tyree Horton with 7. Willie Fleming had 6. Jacob Rominger had 5. DeAndre Bozeman had 5. And Nick Reeser had 4. Again, from Kessinger Field in Highland, the final score this afternoon, the Scotties over the Independence Pirates by the score of 39-6. Scotties now go to 2-1 in conference play. They're now 3-2 on the year. The Pirates fall to 1-4 in conference play, 1-5 on the season. Scotties will play next Saturday at Iowa Central in Fort Dodge, Iowa at 7:30 in the evening. I'll have a video link and directions to the stadium on the conference website at KJCCC.org. The Pirates will travel to Iowa Western next Saturday at 2 o'clock in Council Bluffs. I want to thank you all for tuning in. We hope you enjoy our broadcast over YouTube and the Scottie Sports Network. From Kessinger Field in Highland, good night, everybody. I'll see you back on the air with volleyball next week. Oh, Gregory. Meant to shut it off. There, you're right. Go ahead. No, wherever it says stop the stream. Yeah, just stop the stream, yeah.